Raja, Sharda Mataye, Ramana Maharshi, Mahavatar, Babaji Maharaja, Lahiri Mahashaya, Yukteshwaragiri, Yoga Ananda, Gauranga Nitai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Trailinga Maharaja, Bhet Narayana, Sadashiva, Brahmendra Maharaja, Neem Karoli Baba Maharaja, Adiguru, Shankaracharya, Chandrasekhara, Saraswati Maharaja, Nagajata, Jayalakshmi Mata, Jilelamudi Mata, Anandamayi, Anagha Sameta, Gurudatta Maharaja, Tara Mata ki Jaya Ho Jaya Ho. Shripadarajam Sharanam Prapadye. Shripadarajam Sharanam Prapadye. Shripadarajam Sharanam Prapadye. Shripadarajam Sharanam Prapadye. Dear all divine associates and disciples of Samasta Guru Mandali, today also Jaya Nama Guna Sankeerthana is very much blessed to continue Satsanga as a part of Bhakti Kriya Yoga. His Holiness Paramapuja Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja and Jagadguru Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja blessed us to relearn the autobiography of a yogi, wherein which we have been blessed yesterday. The 5th chapter, a perfume saint displays his wonders. And we have relearned that the Yogda Maharaja was thinking, and he also could see the wonders which were being performed by Gandha Baba, the perfume saint. And also we relearned that the different sensory stimuli where a man reacts, like for example tactual, visual, gustatory, auditory and olfactory. And we also relearned that how the sensory perceptions or sensory senses, otherwise these 5 senses are connected with external world, panchabhutas. And we also understood that or relearned that Gandha Baba, so Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja concluded that Gandha Baba attuned himself with the pranic force of certain yoga practices and was able to guide the life trance to rearrange their vibratory structures and to objectify the desired result. So there is nothing like hypnotism or so. Gandha Baba, because we also relearned that the prana, life trance, the life forces are finer than atomic energies, intelligently charged. That is the reason very subtle powers. One can only experience it. So simply what we have relearned from the Yogda Maharaja or Autobiography of a Yogi as a process of relearning is that everything we experience through our 5 senses, number 1. So touch, sight, taste, hearing and smell. And actually it is just energy vibrating at different speeds. At different speeds. So Yogdananda Maharaja helped us to understand that underneath our physical world of atoms, means electrons and protons, lies a hidden blueprint of intelligent energy called as life tron or prana. So finally we have learned this. So inside whatever it is, outside it is the same. Outside whatever it is, inside. And we also relearned Pancha Tanmatra. Panch Tanmatra. Panch means 5. Tan means we have seen, isn't it? And then Matra means divine mother or mother of mother. Matre Namaha. That is the reason Shri Matre Namaha. Like that we call. So now the Satsanga continues like this. Gandha Baba attuned himself with the present force by certain yoga practices, was able to guide the life trance to rearrange their vibratory structure and to objectify the desired results. His perfume, fruit, and other miracles were actual materializations of mundane vibrations and were not inner sensations hypnotically produced. So Yogda Maharaja concluded how when Uma sister also sniffed the fragrance of that rose flower with the jasmine perfume, so he realized and is confirming that it is not hypnotic power because it will act only on one person. But here, Sister Uma also could sniff it. So that's the reason he says that were not inner sensations hypnotically produced. Hypnotism has been used by physicians in minor operations as a sort of physical chloroform for persons who might be endangered by an anesthetic. So we all know when a patient gets or getting operated, in order to control the senses and pain vibrations, doctors will induce with these minor hypnotic techniques by chloroform for persons who might be endangered by anesthetic, number one. But a hypnotic state is harmful. So hypnotism is very harmful. So applying a chloroform and calming down the senses as a part of operational procedure by a learned doctor to a patient is very different from the psychological perspective of hypnotism. That's what Yogda Maharaja says. He says, but a hypnotic state is harmful to those often subjected to it. So this also been retold that hypnotism is very harmful to those often subjected to it. Why? A negative psychological effect ensues that in time deranges the brain cells. That is what is a problem. It is, for example, what Yogda Maharaja is telling us is, or blessing us to relearn, very simple. If everything is right, there is no need of doctor. Simple. See? So that means a negative psychological effect ensures that in time deranges the brain cells. That is the reason it is very, very harmful. That what Yogda Maharaja says. So hypnotism is trespass into the territory of another's consciousness, a man to man or soul to soul. Like that, hypnotism will continue. So Yogda Maharaja also blessed us to extend the Satsanga by telling that studies in consciousness by Western psychologists are largely confined to investigations of the subconscious mind and of mental diseases that are treated through psychiatry and psychoanalysis. So, studies in consciousness by Western psychologists, they are confined to the investigation of the subconscious mind and mental diseases that are treated through psychiatry and psychoanalysis. What does it mean? Which is incorrect, isn't it? So they were largely confined to the investigations where the human body or human being is affected. So if everything is all right, everything is all right. See, look at that. Yogda Maharaja is telling us. There is a little research into the origin and fundamental formation of normal mental states and their emotional and volitional expressions. A truly basic subject not neglected in Indian philosophy. Look at that. So, Appa says, Yogda Maharaja says that there is a little research into the origin and fundamental formation of normal mental states and their emotional and volitional expressions. Look at. So what we are trying to understand is there was only largely the Western psychologists have confined to the investigations on the subconscious mind and mental diseases, people who have got affected, and they do through the techniques of psychiatry and psychoanalysis. But in the case of everything is right, little research has been done into the original formation, origin and fundamental formation. A truly basic subject which is not neglected by Indian philosophy, the sage, divine communion. These are, people are trying to find it out. What is happening next? As we noticed, every one of us know that the blood cells also keep changing very fast in a human body. So everything is getting changed. So a lot of research and discovery is taking place on human science or human beings as a part of science. But what is interesting is very little research into the origin and fundamental formation of normal mental states. HOW, how? How? See, look at that. So, Appa says precise classifications are made. That is the reason Yogda Maharaja is telling that Indian philosophy is very, very classic, which is not neglected by Indian philosophy. Indian philosophy can tell everyone the fundamental formation of normal states, normal mental states, and their emotional and volitional expressions, which cannot or could not be, or some more time may be needed. God blessings. Some more research may be needed. God blessings. He says, Appa says, precise classifications are made on this subject in the Sankhya and Yoga systems of the various links in normal mental modifications and of the characteristics functions of buddhi. What is buddhi? Discriminative intellect. Ahamkara, egoistic principle. And manas, that means mind or sense consciousness. So, Indian philosophy, with the extended classifications which have been by Sankhya Yoga and especially the yoga systems. So, Yogda Maharaj is telling that hypnotism is trespassing into the territory of another person's consciousness. That is the reason Appa says it is harmful. Its temporary phenomena have nothing in common with the miracles performed by men of divine realizations. So Appa is concluding that there is lot of difference between a temporary phenomena have nothing in common with the miracles performed by men of divine realization. These two are very, very different. So, upon divine communion and with the blessings of Guru and God, a sage can do wonders, displace wonders like Gandha Baba, which is not very equivalent to the science, especially the psychiatry or psychoanalysis or the hypnotism techniques and so on and so forth. Awake in God, true saints effect changes in this dream world by means of a will harmoniously attuned to the creative cosmic dreamer. So, how they could achieve it? Awake in God, God communion. So, true saints, who are true saints? Because they do with sankalpa, they do only with their thought. There is no need of uttering a word. With only thought, they adjust everything and they balance. So, awake in God. True saints effect changes in this dream world. Everything is a dream. What we are listening and doing also is a dream. The true is upstairs, not upstairs, fifth floor, sixth floor, up above the ether. That is original. This is all is a dream world. We are dreaming in dreaming. People sleeping in night, dreaming. In dream world, we are dreaming. Simple. It's a dream world. Extended Satsanga. Appa will bless later. Now, awake in God, true saints effect changes in this dream world by means of a willpower, only one thought, harmoniously attuned to the creative cosmic dreamer. So, whatever the sage will is, will be very much equivalent, attuned to the creative cosmic dreamer, Lord Shiva or Mata. So, Appa says, extended Satsanga, what does it mean, creative cosmic dreamer? The universe is represented in every one of its particles. Whatever the universe we are seeing, It is there everywhere. Within us, whatever is outside within us. And in every particle we can see the universal spark. That what Meher Baba says, that there is a cycle. First, initially, in gross material life, rocks, like that the prana progresses. Mountains, then water, then under the sea, then flying, then four legs, then two legs, then consciousness. That what Meher Baba says. So if we look at everywhere, the prana is there. That means the universe is represented in every one of its particles. Everything is made of one hidden stuff. Everything is made with one hidden stuff. That is life-drawn energy or the super cosmic power. The world globes itself in a drop of dew. The true doctrine of omnipresence is that God appears, which all his parts in every moss and cobweb. Emerson in compensation. Emerson wrote an article. See, the world globes itself in a drop of dew. If we can find in a water drop, we'll find that universe in that small tiny drop. If we have a vision, godly vision or divine vision blessed by God and Guru. So everywhere vibrations, everywhere energy. Only thing is we have to feel it. We have to experience it. So he says, the true doctrine of omnipresence is that the true doctrine which is real, truth is God is omnipresence. How he appears with all his parts. He can be seen with all his parts. His presence in a grass, every moss, a small stone and cobweb. Everywhere you can see. Wonder workings such as those shown by the Perfume saint are spectacular but spiritually useless. Concluded. Yogda Maharaja concluded that wonder workings like drawing out materialization of from astral lucis puri or the perfume to a non-scented flower, fruits, tangerine fruits, whatever it is. Those shown by the perfume saint are spectacular but spiritually useless. We cannot go towards Godhead. 150%. Because we'll get trapped in these siddhis. We call it as, sometimes it also may be called as occult powers, siddhis. Siddhi, the power. So it is useless. Having little purpose beyond entertainment, they are digressions from a serious search for God. See, it, dear Jaya Nama Guna Sankeerthana devotees and disciples, the devotees who are listening now and who would be listening in coming days, one should understand that they derail us. Every sadhaka, if they encounter these kind of miracles, it only becomes a purpose of entertainment for a time being, for a small short of second or a minute or hour or so. But they are digressions from a serious search for God. They will take away from the God because we'll get trapped. Very danger. Even one siddhi becomes very danger. Ahamkara increases and God, we have to pray every day. Every day we have to pray. Like Jaya Nama Guna Sankeertana prays to Tara Mate and Appaji, Babaji, Jayalakshmi Mate. Mate, you please bless us to chant your name. We want nothing. Please bless us to repeatedly chant God name. and associate with devotees and do satsanga and leave the body happily. We have come for a purpose. Let that purpose be successful. Like that, every day we have to think. We shouldn't run after siddhis. It is very easy. Upon doing a sadhana for 12 years, it is very easy. Okay, because our devotees, Shivana would like to say one thing. God sake. No, no online. Okay. How it. Okay, we'll change the conversation, not with Shivarna. There was one person, an ordinary person, very ordinary. He knew nothing. He will go to office, do bhajans, one ex-person. So he was sharing his idea. He was sharing his thought. But the moment he sees someone, that particular things will fall in line. Within no time, Mate will help this person deeper down what he is, what she is, like that. So then, this person could not sleep. See, this person could not sleep. There is ego. What is the ego? To say and control. Who is that fellow to control God's purpose? Now, just imagine how much excited you will be by knowing little information that a particular film is getting screened next week and you are sharing with your friends. Just imagine a particular news which is unknown, you noticed it. How much excitement you will have. Isn't it? Shivana is talking very seriously. Shivana is talking about one ex-person who experienced all this. Shivana knows him very well. He travels with him. So that person was telling, "Oh Shivana, impossible. What should I do?" Then Shivana told, "Go to Mate, put your head on the holy feet of Mate and Appa or Guru and say, Amma, Mate, I don't want all this, Mate. You give me the joy, nectar of doing bhajans and die happily. Only bhajans, only Bhakti Kriya Yoga or any spiritual ritual as of now, that person is thinking only about bhajans." So, see, so in spirituality, these are very concentrated, confidential, very, very, very meaningful, insightful satsanga. If you listen very carefully, you'll understand, or we will understand. So, no ecstasy, spiritual ecstasy, no excitement, only compassion. So, just one siddhi, troubled to that normal person. See? So, like that, what happens? The moment he was telling to Shivana, "Oh Shivana, what to say?" By the moment when I see someone, I could notice everything. I want to share it, but something is stopping me not to share. But I am excited to share. Like that he was telling. Then Shivana told, no, bad. Keep quiet. Be calm. Chant God name. That's it. You don't have any power. You shouldn't say all that. It is going against the wish of the God. See, it's very important. So, They are digressions from a serious search for God. Now what happens if suppose one Siddhi has come? That's it. He want to show to everyone. He'll get some Sishyas around. Some Sishyas. Some devotees will join ashrams, trust, all Sishya, groupism, politics. No spirituality, no God. I know this master, this guru from long time. Groups, ladies groups, gents groups, boys groups, caste groups, country groups. See, what not? Everything is possible. And ultimately, God is lost, including to the guru. Until he is a great sadhaka, great paramahamsa, everyone will fall into trap. If God is not permitting, that is what essence. So coming back, ostentatious display of unusual powers is decried by masters. So ostentatious display, just like that doing, these all are not really taking to the God. No, they have been discarded. The original master will never ever allow it. Sometimes, one or two times, like Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja came to Lahiri Mahashaya for single moment and left. And he said that, Lahiri, next time onwards, upon your wish I will not come. I myself will decide and come to you to give you darshan. See? Very less, very little. The Persian mystic Abu said once laughed at certain fakirs. They are Muslim ascetics who were proud of their miraculous powers over water, air, and space. So there was a Persian mystic, one big philosopher, Abu Maharaj. We have to call Abu Maharaj. He said, once laughed by looking at certain fakirs who have got some miraculous powers. They can walk on water, they can stop air, and they can get into another space like that. They were very proud, egoistic. Now, Abu says, a frog is also at home in the water. A frog is also at home. So there is nothing big. A frog is also at home when it is in water. Abu said, pointed out in gentle scorn, the crow and the vulture easily fly in the air. The devil is simultaneously present in the east and in the west. So he says, oh my dear fakirs, please understand, a frog is also at the home in the water. And he also pointed out, what's the big thing? The crow and the vultures easily fly in the air. So fakirs were very proud that they can do wonders on water. Frog is also there in the water. That to what Abu said. Second, air. The crow and the vultures easily fly. What is a big miracle that you are doing? They are flying now. You can see God miracle there. Devil, space. Devil is simultaneously present. Devil is simultaneously present in east, west, north, and south. What big thing that within no time you are going to other space, astral world, coming back, that to this. Already devils are there. Then he says, this is really great relearning to Jaya Nama Guna Sankeerthana. A true man is who dwells in the righteousness among his fellow men, who may buy and sell, yet is never for a single instant forgetful of God. That is Jaya Nama Guna Sankeertana. This proves that His Holiness Parama Pujya Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja, Shri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja, Dattappaji, And Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja blessed us. Very simple. A true man, he is more than a saint, a true man. A true man is one who dwells in righteousness. Dharam. Dharam se karam nibhav. There is a Hindi saying. You do deeds with righteousness. Dwells in righteousness among his fellow men. Not only in when we go to temple or church or masjid, only God, God, God. The moment we wear chappal and come out, ordinary person, no use. So a true man, one who dwells everywhere, in office, in holy places, at home, with his wife, children, neighbors, everywhere. That is the reason he says, a true man is he who dwells in righteousness among his fellow men, wherever he is, she is there, who may buy and sell, yet is never for a single instant forgetful of God. He can do transactions, daily transactions, going to office, coming back, doing office job, going in the traffic, everything, buy and sell transactions are taking place, but yet is never for a single moment, instant, forgetful of God. That is a true man. God will like them, love them. A true man is one who lives a righteous life with all fellow people, and he keeps on trading. He keeps on doing his worldly matters, but even no single minute he will try to de-associate with God. So very simple, the philosophy of Jaya Nama Guna Sankeerthana. One hand material life, the other hand spiritual life. So there should be no time. We keep on try to practice, and associate with God, and we will should not to forget God. Now he says, Appa, to buy and sell, you never to forget God. The ideal is that hand and heart work harmoniously together. Hand and heart. So, one hand, material life, another hand, spiritual life. Together, certain Western writers claim that the Hindu goal is one of timid escape, of inactivity and antisocial withdrawal. The fourfold Vedic plan for man's life, however, is a well balanced one for the masses, allotting half the span to study and householder duties, the second half to contemplation and meditational practices. So Yogda Maharaja says that certain Western writers claims that the Hindu goal is one of timid escape. It is not so. Of inactivity and antisocial withdrawal. So people may be thinking that, see, generally, as age progresses, our Vedic system in India, just it is a common observation. After 60 or 65, when you ask someone, grandpa will go to film theater. So grandpa says, no, you go and enjoy. Just I'll be at home doing some japa, doing some spiritual ritual, or just I want to see what is. So some English writers may be thinking, our fellow brothers, they may be thinking that we are withdrawing from social activity, like wearing that dress, this dress, Wi-Fi, hi-fi, and having glasses, so that to this. No. So it says, well balanced one for masses, Indian philosophy for whole masses. How? Allotting half the span to study. So by birth, almost till 24 or 25, we will study. 25 to 50 or 60, earn money to righteously to feed our family, do the objectives which are being given by God. So children education, children marriages, and then the other, the second half to contemplation. The other half is God and meditative practices. That is what Indian philosophy says. And Up also continues that solitude is necessary to become established in the self, but masters then return to the world to serve it. Solitude is good, but sadhana has to be alone. So you are thinking, how Shivana are you doing any? Shivana doesn't know any sadhana that to this. He is only a poor fellow with nothing. Please understand. Only Samasta Guru Mandali, Appaji, Babaji, Thakur, Jayalakshmi Mate, Tara Mate said to go ahead. Even his oratory power also is very weak. He is only a common, very common particle. So, no sadhana. Just like that it is going. So, in solitude you can enjoy that. However, God will send incarnations like Saint Matthews, Saint Anne's, or Yogda Maharaja, Shri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja, Neep Karoli Baba Maharaja. See, so many. In our Muslim Brotherhood also, there is one famous incarnation, Jarijar Barshan Shah. So many incarnations are there. So, every saint who engage in no outward work bestow through their thoughts and holy vibrations more precious benefits on the world than can be given by the most strenuous humanitarian activities of unenlightened men. So he says it is very good. Rumi, someone has written Rumi Maharaj. See, Osho Maharaj, Rumi Maharaj. So Appa says that we have to be follow Sakala Dharma and be happy in a society. So Appa says on another occasion, the great Persian teacher gave his views on the religious life. Thus, to lay aside what you have in your head, selfish desires and ambitions, to bestow freely what you have in your hand, and never to flinch from the blows of adversity. So a true man is continued. Lay aside that you have in your head. What do you have in your head? Selfish desires. You only want that. I only should enjoy. That has to be, and ambitions. Desires and ambitions should be out. And to bestow freely in your head what you have in your hand. So whatever we have, little, out of that, give people. And the ananda, the happiness that you will get while giving, if you are practicing it, you will get to know. Only by listening, you will not get it. Do for at least next 9 months, whatever you have, you keep giving them. Don't expect anything. You will enjoy. The moment will come that you will try to run on the roads to find people and give whatever you have. Wisdom, money, food, whatnot, everything. So he says that you have in your hand, and never to flinch from the adversity, blows of adversity. This we call it as blows of adversity. Sudden job loss, sudden fightings at home, wife and husband, sudden blows, officer, boss calling and putting a lot of pressure, late night working. These all are blows of adversity. Suddenly, some problem in the body. See, shoulder pain, frozen shoulders, so many problems, heartbeat problem, eyes problem, ears problem. These all are blows of adversity. We shouldn't, he says, never to flinch. So we shouldn't get worried. Neither the impartial sage at Kalighat temple nor the Tibetan trained yogi had satisfied my yearning for a guru. Yogda Maharaja says, the tall sadhu, or the Gandh Baba did not satisfy my yearnings to Guru. Yearning is the right word Yogda Maharaja used. My heart needed no tutor for its recognitions and cried a spontaneous bravo, the more resoundingly because it was unoften summoned from silence. He says, you are a bravo. Why? It doesn't mean that he disliked, but he did not get satisfied. Why? Simple. The real Guru is in search of real Guru. As Jaya Nama Guna Sankeerthana blessed, real Guru is one who will transform your life and create vibrations and slowly help progress spiritually, and ultimately the realization that happiness, you'll wonder, Shivanna doesn't know whether you are enjoying it or not, the nectar. After doing a labor of 10 hours or 8 hours, dhyana, spiritual rituals, archana, whatever it is, 1 second nectar will come. After doing 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours, that nectar, for 1 second, next 10 hours for next 1 second. Just imagine, that's the reason Yogda Maharaja says self-realization is not that easy. It may take 600 birth cycles. That nectar. What happens, full happiness. No words, you have to experience it. So, when I finally met my master, by sublimity of example alone, he taught me the measure of a true man. That Yukteswar Giri Maharaja explained finally when he met the master, by sublimity of example. So he used some examples. We'll also relearn that. He taught me the measure of a true man. Who is a true man? So we also relearned how a true man should be. So he should be, great one is, he is very socially ideal, selfless, helps inspiring others, always uplifting their fellows, and no expectations, and keep progressing. And most importantly, if we are not helping anyone, please do think we are doing harm. People think generally that only helping is punya, means good deed. Not doing also is, or doing not, is a bad deed. Not only doing will result in punya, but for not doing will result in papa, sin. So we have to be very careful. Datta Anugraha. So successfully Dattappa, Yogda Maharaja blessed us to relearn chapter 5. On Monday, tomorrow we have Nama Guna Sankeertana bhajan session, no live. We'll meet on Monday. The Tiger Swami, Datta Anugraha on Monday. Because anyhow Saturday, Sunday, rest, to have best, to see ourselves test, and get the bliss. So we'll meet on Monday, same 8:30. So tomorrow no live, Nama Guna Sankeertana, Datta Anugraha. समस्त गुरुमंडली की जय, समस्त गुरुमंडली की जय, तोरमाता की जय, तोरमाता की जय, जया नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय, जया नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय.